If you've used Adobe XD to create prototypes before, or you're more used to InDesign, Illustrator, or Photoshop, but eager to take the next step into interactivity, XD is a great place to start. In this video, we'll walk through getting started with one of our templates for XD and using our design plugin to sync over your artboards. But all of these same concepts you can use for your own existing custom XD designs as well. To get started, in your tiled account, click the blue New Microapp button and select Pick a Template. You can then click the XD icon in the top right. That will show our templates that use Adobe XD as the source design file. You can preview any of them to see how they look and feel. And when you're ready, you can click Use this template and give your project a name. Then hit Create New Microapp, and two things will happen. One is the XD file will start to download, and then you can load that up and it'll look something like this. Second is we'll also compile the template on the tiled side, meaning that all the videos, hotspots, carousels, scrolls, and overlays will all be fully configured for you. You'll simply need to make your design changes and copy edits in XD and sync them over using our plugin, which we'll cover right now. At the top of your project canvas, there's a welcome section that gives you a little bit more information on tiled and this template in particular, as well as a getting started section, which will walk you through installing the template fonts, like Carla, if you don't have it, and serve as a quick reference for how to set your own global colors, fonts, and components, which is done in the UI kit. The UI kit is where we recommend starting because we'll make a few changes that'll go a long way. First of which is updating our logo component. If you're new to XD, in the bottom left-hand corner, there are icons for your libraries, like components, layers, and your plugins, which we'll get to in a bit. If you click on layers, if I expand my logo component layer, I'm going to go ahead and drag my logo right in. Then I'll go ahead and line it up and simply delete the previous component layers underneath. Now I'll go ahead and do the same thing with our main navigation. If you run into any issues double-clicking in and getting it to align okay, once you select your component, you can go the old-fashioned route by going File, Import, and then select your logo file. That way you can line it up exactly where it's supposed to be and size it down accordingly. Then go ahead and delete those background layers of the component. And as we zoom out from the UI kit a bit, we'll see that everywhere in which that logo and main navigation exist, those components have been updated. Next, we'll make some global color changes. In that bottom left-hand section, again, you can click into Libraries. And as we do, the first section will be our global color scheme. What we can do is right-click and edit. We're able to zero in on whatever color we'd like, or copy and paste our hex codes. Now again, as we zoom out, now we'll see that my main color settings have started to update, and this is starting to take shape. Now you also have the ability to adjust your font settings, as well as your button styles, but for the sake of time, we're going to push forward with our edits. Now that we've made some initial changes, let's go over how to push those into tiled by using our XD plugin. In the bottom left-hand corner, there is a Lego block icon for our plugins. If you haven't downloaded our XD plugin, we'll have a link in the video description below, and it'll prompt you to log in with your tiled account. Then you'll be prompted to select which library or workspace that you want to sync to, and specifically which project. For future reference, if you haven't created the microapp project in tiled yet, you can also click the plus button to create your project from the plugin menu. Now that I've got my project selected, I'm going to go ahead and select a few of our artboards to sync. The plugin will give you a rundown of the microapp you're syncing to. You'll be able to select your adaptive format, and it'll also break down which artboards are selected. Going through it the first time, you'll most likely want to select all artboards at once, but for the sake of time, we'll select a few here and hit sync. Once the sync is complete, you can either click Open in Tile to launch your project, or if you already have the builder open in another window, simply head back and refresh your page. When you sync your artboards from XD, we'll turn them into a rasterized image. So you can see all the text and buttons are all built into a PNG that has some transparency built in, which allows for the video background to come through on the right-hand side, which is great. Each time that you sync, you'll see that your artboards will all be showing up in the bottom right-hand assets panel as well, just to make sure that they've come over okay. The XD plugin will only support artboards coming over as images. So let's say that you want to bring in your own video. The tiled asset library, in addition to JPEGs, PNGs, and SVGs, also supports MP4s and MOVs. Simply drag your video file right onto the canvas, and you'll see that it comes in as an asset as well. Now that our asset's in here, if you toggle over to the Layers panel, let's say that we want to update our home video. In the right-hand Properties panel, you'll see that there's the video source, I can go ahead and remove the existing one, and we can choose to either upload, take a URL from YouTube or Vimeo, or browse through our assets of the microapp, and we'll select our video. And then there will also be additional settings as far as autoplaying, looping, keeping the sound off. But as we go ahead and preview this, it's taking shape nicely. As I mentioned earlier, the beauty of using our built-in templates is that everything's already configured for you. The video was set, the hotspots are set, the images within the scrolls are already configured as well. All that you need to do is update the assets that are built in them in XD and sync them over, or replace the video files. That being said, if you're starting from scratch and have your own custom XD project, we also have tutorials on configuring all of our core tiles from hotspots to carousels to scrolls that you can dig into at any point. If you're ready to share it with one of your team members, you can go ahead and publish it in the upper right-hand corner. You'll see that there's an option in the publish modal to set or change your cover image, which, as we see here, it's still showing the template cover image. So I'll go back to my XD file, and each template will have a cover image thumbnail that you can go ahead and customize. And once the sync is complete, then that thumbnail will be available for you to select from your asset library. And then hit publish, and you're ready to go. We hope this was a helpful overview on the workflow coming from Adobe XD, but if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@tiled.co.